What's up, everyone? Welcome to my channel. I'm Deanna Reese-Williams, and I provide content about goals and motivation and mindset. But along with providing that content, I also like to give you guys a little behind the scenes on how this actually looks in life. I don't want to just talk about it. I want to show you guys. I'm not new to this, but I'm actually true to this. So today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my journey as a solo entrepreneur and what are the wins and the struggle. So let me give you guys first the outline. All right, so the outline is why I chose to be a solo entrepreneur, the biggest wins of my business operation so far, and then struggles and how I've overcame them, lessons I've learned from working alone, and what is next in my journey. Oh my gosh, there's so many things that are happening next. If you think you're gonna like this content, please like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. I do post videos on Sundays and Mondays, and I go live every Sunday with a cook with me. So you can always join me then. All right, so here's some questions that I'm going to answer for you guys. Why did I become a solo entrepreneur? So if you're new to my channel, I've talked about my first business that I launched called Outback Learning LLC, which something super exciting is coming out of this. But I launched my business in August of 2019, technically July of 2019. It's a nature-based preschool program, and we all know what happened in 2020. I ended up taking a huge pivot, starting my own personal brand, which is known as DRW, also Deanna Reese-Williams, personal brand. And basically from there, I ended up managing two different businesses, but Outback has honestly been on a very strong hiatus for over 5 years. And I'm planning to relaunch some really exciting things that I have coming up. And I plan to do some recordings and sharing that journey is how I've been working towards relaunching this business. So a lot of exciting things. But as far as why I became a solo entrepreneur, I may have shared this in a podcast or maybe in another video. But when I started out with Outback, I had the opportunity to intern at a Seattle Forest School program, and the lady that allowed me to intern with her, she was managing the site, but she also shared with me her journey as a solo entrepreneur or as a small business. And she said to me, the best thing you can do for yourself is just be a solo entrepreneur. Now, obviously, I was super new and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to take her word for it. Like, I don't think I could hire people. And I will say, like, at that time, it made total sense, but at this point in my career and where I'm at as an entrepreneur, I feel more confident, more comfortable being able to hire someone and being able to hire people and becoming more of a smaller business versus a solo entrepreneur business. And the reason why I started that way was not just out of fear of what this person was sharing, but also I felt like it was the most manageable for me, and it has not failed me yet. But I have to say, I am definitely ready to expand that business to be able to hire 2 to 4 people at some point. But for now, we're going to start with me and then be able to bring someone on who could sub for me whenever I can't work and then go from there. So my proudest moment so far, I would say my proudest moments is launching 2 children's books, which you can find them on my websites at deannareesewilliams.com. Or you can find them on Amazon. And the name of the books are Sweet Potato and Mud Pies and Picture Day. The reason why these are my proudest moments, it's just led to a lot of opportunities, whether it's like reading to children in the classroom or the opportunity to be able to participate, I want to say, in the largest state like book festival in the state of Arizona, and maybe like top 5 largest in the country, which is the Tucson Festival of Books as an indie children's book author. I find that such an honor to be able to have those opportunities. And I just feel like being an indie author was not something I saw in my path as an entrepreneur. Even though I've always been a very creative person, I've always enjoyed creative writing, I just never saw this thing coming to fruition. And so that's been a proudest moment as a personal brand. And it's also taught me a lot about business and like how to approach things as an entrepreneur as well. The hardest part about doing everything alone is, here's the thing. When you first start out in business, there's so much that you need to invest, but there's also so much that you can't invest, so you have to learn everything in business. Like, you have to learn all of the skills. because if you don't learn it, like being able to hire an accountant right away can be challenging, and it could also be expensive. You're just basically going to invest in your business just to pay other people. And so there's times in which I've had to learn things that I would not have necessarily been able to do. Learning how to edit my own videos. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm the greatest or an expert, but learning how to do these very simple skills, because you can't spend money that you don't necessarily have, or you need to generate income before you can start like hiring people. And so I would say that's the hardest part, is like there's the business itself, like what you're passionate about. Me having a nature-based program and then also being a personal brand, that was huge. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm figuring it out. But also the other side of that was like, I also can't pay for everything. I need to have enough money coming in. So, and then I guess my last piece of advice would be for starting out solo. I would say it's good to start once you start figuring out your overall cost of your business and figuring out what are areas you need to basically hire someone else out to do, because you don't have time to do the admin part. You need to do the business part. I would say get very clear about that early on, which was advice that I received from someone, from my content strategist that I worked with years ago. I would just say get very clear about like what are the things that you can manage yourself, and then what are the things that you need to outsource. I hope this video was helpful to you, and I hope to catch you guys on the next video. So don't forget, you can like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. I upload on Sundays and Wednesdays. And if I don't see you, I don't know, on Sunday or Monday, you can also catch me on my lives where I do cook with me's. But until next time, have a great day, have a great night, and have a good morning. And I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.